Hey guys, it's Sadie, and today we're going to be talking about a weird, creepy, low-key misogynistic dating coach that makes videos on TikTok. If you are a guy watching this and you have seen his videos or you do watch his videos, please don't take advice from him. It's bad advice, don't take it. You'll see. So this video is from a series called What's Like to Be a Bachelor in Real Life. Let's watch it.
So in the previous part I mentioned having a stable. So what this means if you're a bachelor is that every time you have sex with a new woman, that's a new mare in your stable.
Yeah. You see where I'm coming from, right? Like, it's not just me, right? That's kind of messed up, right? That he's comparing women to horses, right?
And you want to keep doing this. You're going to have mares coming in and out of your stable. And the reason why they go out is because eventually you get to that conversation where it's like, so where's this going?
Don't you hate when the horses speak and have feelings?
And the reason why you have multiple mares in your stable is so that you can determine which one's a thoroughbred. But when the mares come to you eventually, they go, well, where's this going? This is obviously you're not serious about me. This isn't going anywhere. They're going to move on to greener pastures and exit your stable. And that's just the natural way of things. 3 to 6 months and they're out. They're moving on to some other guy that will lock them down. But there is a dark side. There's actually a huge sexual obligation. I mean, it seems like, oh, that sounds great, right? Wrong. Because if you're seeing 3 or 4 women simultaneously and you're busy, you have a job, you have a business or something, because when you do finally see them, you have to hook up with them because they're going to think there's something wrong with them or something wrong with you, or worse, they're going to go on and find some other guy. Even if you've been hooking up with girls every single day, they've only been with just you since last week.
Yeah, because they don't have commitment issues and they actually focus on one guy at a time. But no. Women are sluts, right? Okay. So some people don't understand why this analogy is kind of hurtful and derogatory. So I'm going to give you an analogy so maybe some men can understand how it feels to be compared to animals and talked about like we're not even human beings with thoughts and feelings. So I am a really big advocate for women's safety because some men out there are kind of creepy and dangerous. Of course, not all of them. But what if I talked about women's safety like this? So males are rats. And some rats can be kind of cute, but lots of them are ugly, and you have to be careful around rats because sometimes they have rabies and they're gross and filled with disease. So when you see a rat in public, you need to be careful approaching it and maybe avoid it because it could have a deadly disease and it could bite you and kill you. That's why I recommend only interacting with rats that you know, or to have other people around when you're interacting with rats that you don't know, or maybe be in a public place where you can get help easily. Try to stick with more domesticated rats. You know, some of them are a little wild and feral. Did that feel nice? Okay, and this is a video series called Why Men Cheat. And I want to be fair here, he did make a series on why women cheat too, so he's being fair. This is like a 5-part series. I'm going to summarize some stuff because it rambles on too long. It's not important information. People try to say that like when people make videos on this guy that they take stuff out of context, but like I promise you the stuff I'm leaving out does not make what he says any better. It's just filler. So basically he tells a story about how he met this girl who works at Hooters and he started dating her and how he moves in with her, but he calls her like his roommate and says that he's in love with her first of all, and he's like, oh no, she was like more of a roommate. But I feel like if you were in love with someone and you move in with them, that's like a very committed relationship and serious relationship, right? And then he meets this girl in his college class and has feelings for her and stuff happens. And basically he cheats on this woman and tries to validate it and make excuses for it. This is pretty messed up. Once again, don't take advice from this guy.
Relationships with. And I don't know if you guys know this, but let me tell you, if you try doing that shit for long enough, eventually they find out and it just blows up in your face and you end up leaving disaster in your wake for real.
Or maybe you shouldn't cheat because it's kind of f***ed up and it hurts people. Just an idea, maybe I'm wrong. No, but seriously, it concerns me that like when he talks about cheating, he only explains that you shouldn't do it because you'll always get caught and there will be like consequences to it. Like he doesn't care about like the woman involved. Maybe it's because he sees women as horses.
It's like dating a girl who's bi, part too. The
Uh-oh. Careful now, Russell. Careful what you say now.
relationship's basically the same as dating a girl who's not bi. It's almost identical.
Yes, it's the same. That should be the end of the video. I agree. It's the same. Stop the video. Stop it now. Stop.
Except later down the road, you guys can start more openly talking about, oh, like, she's hot. And when she says it, she's not like angry at you for noticing. She's like, says it back to you and means it. And when that started happening, now it's like, okay, where can I take this? It turns out I could take it really, really far, because I certainly did. Because we'd go out to like bars and clubs in Hollywood, and she'd start to get a little tipsy, and then she'd be looking at other girls like, what's up, girl? And I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, if I could rub my hands together right now, menacingly, I would. So I would just start encouraging this behavior, and then next thing you know, girls are getting in the Uber to come home with us. Straight girls who had never been with girls before would come back home with us to hang out. So I'm like, I got a golden goose here, fellas, and I started taking her out 5 nights a week. And my girlfriend pulled more girls than I ever could on my own.
Yeah, so like, bi girls are not like just there for men to have threesomes with. Not all bisexual women like threesomes. Lots of guys tend to assume that if a woman's bisexual, that means she likes threesomes and would want to do a threesome. And it's kind of hurtful, and they get fetishized, and they don't like it. And he's doing that. I mean, if you do have a girlfriend, she likes having threesomes, and that's great. More power to you guys, but like, he's making it sound like if you date a bisexual woman, there will be perks because she wants to have threesomes. That's not true.
Is it just me, or is everybody else getting bored of women just posing for their iPhones? Like this. It's so boring. It's like, you got nothing else? You can't do anything else than that?
Don't you hate it when guys just film videos like this? Like, be creative, spice it up. How are you gonna find a new mate?
And I call them out. I mean, I say, look, you guys are just making these posts for attention from men, and they get all up in arms, and they're like, no, I post these videos for me. Really?
They do. Just leave them alone. You don't need to call them out. It's an Instagram picture. It's not that deep, Russell. Stop being a snowflake.
For you. So you're telling me you're doing the Valentino? Or, oh my God, I'm on the moon! Yeah, and that's for you? That's for you.
Yes.
And then men complain to me and say that women have these entitled attitudes where you guys are feeding their egos and giving them the entitled attitude. So fellas, stop feeding the thirst traps and stop DMing girls after every half-naked post, so maybe we can start encouraging women to be better than just softcore porn stars. And ladies, men aren't the ones treating you like objects. You guys are objectifying yourself.
Yeah, women really, they objectify themselves. They're like really whores, you know? Like, it's women. They're the ones who make themselves objects by posting nice pictures of themselves and wanting to be attractive. They really objectify themselves, so it's okay to treat them like garbage because they're objectifying themselves, not us, not men. Oh my God, this is disgusting. He's topless in this picture. Oh, look, you have so much going for you. You should treat yourself better than that. You have more value than that. Why are you posting that? I was gonna go to Russell's Instagram for that bit and like find pictures of him where he's posing and trying to look nice. But he made his Instagram private recently because he's been getting a lot of backlash. I wonder why.
Some of you guys are really messing up when it comes to approaching women online. I used to work and travel a lot, so meeting women online for a lot of the time was the best way for me to source new prospects.
New prospects?
And everybody's online, whether they're using one dating app or another. I mean, let's face it, Instagram, Facebook, fucking Twitter, it's all dating apps if you ask me. The only difference between dating apps and, say, other social media is that you don't really know if they're single or not. Because girls aren't going to put their boyfriends in their social media. That's just bad marketing.
Not every woman is trying to advertise herself to new mates on social media. Just use Tinder. Jesus. No, like honestly, like I post lots of pictures on Instagram of my face and I want to be pretty in them, but mostly I'm seeking compliments from other girls. I'm not doing it for attention from men. honestly, the worst part of social media is the creepy comments and DMs I get from men. I have like 4 videos on it, and I don't like getting those. But like, yeah, if it's okay if I get compliments from men. I'm not even saying that, but that's not why I post. Or at least it's not the sole reason I post. I just like taking pretty pictures and posting them.
And the girls know this. They know that if they put their man in their profile or whatever, it's like they're going to lose 100 or 1,000 or 100,000 followers in a snap. And they always want to leave that window open just in case Harry Styles decides to hit them up.
Well, you're not Harry Styles, buddy. And neither is anyone watching your videos. Sorry to break it to you. Okay, so this video is from a series called How I Escaped the Friend Zone.
I met Stephanie for the first time at a house party in Hollywood. Apparently we had mutual friends. And I actually brought a girl with me to that party, and she was there with her boyfriend.
That's not funny.
And this girl's a gorgeous model, tall, brunette, very pretty. As soon as I saw this girl, I knew exactly how this was gonna end. And even though I did bring a date with me to that party, this was true love. The heart wants what the heart wants.
Your heart wants a tall brunette? What are you, Ron Swanson? Okay, I'm done with this one.
Rules for picking up girls during the day, part 1.
We're not like Pokemon that you go and like search for in the daytime or the nighttime. Like he's talking about like it's a Pokemon Go tutorial.
Meeting women during the day in real life is by far the best place to meet new women. Mostly because you know what you're getting into. There's no Facetune in real life. And don't get me wrong, it's still great to meet women at bars and clubs and lounges at night, of course it is. But there are challenges with meeting women at bars and clubs.
Yeah, there are some challenges to meeting women in the bar because it could be loud and crowded in there. It's hard to have like a good conversation with them and really get to know them and connect with them. And it's kind of chaotic in there. Like I totally agree with that.
It's mostly because of the environment, and also because like they'll kind of get dolled up just so that they can impress their friends with all the guys they can reject. Like you have to deal with that sort of bullshit, and it's unnecessary.
Oh. That's not why we get dressed up at bars.
The only way they know to meet women is, I don't know, let's go to a bar. And boy, are you missing it. And that's because most men don't leave their house unless there's an objective to do so, even during the day, even on the weekend. Women, on the other hand, are just roaming around freely. They're just sort of like in the nature, in the wild.
Roaming around freely? Once again, we're not Pokemon. What the hell? You see how he kind of talks?
So the first thing you gotta do is just get out of your house. I started scheduling my meetings in real life because of that very reason. No more Zoom meetings, no more phone calls. No, meet me at Earth Cafe where they have the best boba tea in town.
I mean, I try to schedule my appointments online when I can because of the pandemic going on right now. But okay.
Because that's where the girls go, and I like to be in an environment where there's pretty women. Wait a second. Am I shallow? No.
Oh, so he's self-aware. Cool.
So when I see a pretty girl out during the day, I run. Okay, I don't run, but I double time it. You gotta catch up to them. These girls are swift.
We're not Pokemon. Stop talking about like this. Yeah, if I saw you in public, I'd probably run away from you too. Okay, so I want to be fair to this guy because he says lots of people aren't fair to him. So I would like to point out that he does make some good points in these videos where he says like if you're gonna hit on a girl in public, don't like linger around too long because that can make her uncomfortable, especially if she's not interested because you don't know her or her situation at that moment. Like lots of times girls will feel pressured to give a guy their number because they're scared of them, especially if they're big or tall, which is true. So if they give you the number and they're not really like answering your text, that probably means they're not interested, so just leave them alone. At least he does. He's a little decent.
I keep seeing so much lately that women are living their life on easy mode, and I'm here to tell you that that's absolutely true.
Keep going. I dare you.
But only in direct proportion to how pretty they are and how much they put themselves out there, like on social media or whatever.
Oh, so just pretty girls. I got it.
And as a man, you may be living your life on hard mode now, but if you're willing to work, you can increase your marketability as a high-value mate every single year forever.
Mates? What? Why is he like the Ben Shapiro of dating coaches? Hypothetically, if you are seeking a new mate, then you should. So since his videos have gotten a lot of backlash lately from TikTokers and YouTubers, He made this video about like, oh look, the lefties are mad at me, the liberals, and like, I don't know how this became about. I don't know how politics even came into this, but okay.
Well, now we've gone and done it. We've triggered some lefties, and now there's a bounty on our heads. And even though I'm not looking for a fight, I think this is an amazing opportunity to address the subject of opposition.
Why does he have a country accent now? Where did that come from?
Some people have a hard time understanding satire. Some people think that everything they see on the internet somehow applies directly to them.
This isn't satire. For this to be satire, it would have to be funny. People are actually taking your advice. It's not satire. Shut up.
And I'm not too big to admit that my content is definitely of an adult nature and not meant for everyone.
So he's acting like the reason like people are mad and that he's being censored is because he talks about like adult content. I don't care that he talks about sex, but he's a pig. Okay, and here he does a series on what it's like dating models in Hollywood. Ooh.
So I love models, but for more than just the obvious reasons. Because models in Hollywood, between gigs, have a ton of free time on their hands. A lot of them are just chilling and waiting around, so they're free basically whenever. As opposed to girls that just have jobs, like regular jobs, where you can only see them at certain times a day. With models, you can be like 2:30, be like, hey, what's up, girl? And she's available, she's around.
What's your job, by the way? Why are you available at 2:30?
And some models do have part-time jobs or whatever, but if you're pretty enough, a lot of these models don't work at all. Because guys, including me, will just sort of pay for your shit. Which at first seems sad, but then at the same time, these girls are like traveling the world, going on these lavish vacations, partying with A-list celebrities. I mean, you really shouldn't feel sorry for them.
Don't worry about the horses. Don't feel sorry. Because they have their life on easy mode, so you can treat them like shit. Don't feel sad for them. Don't pity them.
And meeting hot girls at clubs is great. I mean, you gotta deal with them being club rats because usually they're underage, like between 18 and 21, and they're not even able to get into the clubs.
Why are you targeting girls under the age of 21? He's in his like mid to late 20s.
The only real drawback to that is that they know everybody in the nightlife, so they got spies everywhere. If you try to talk to another girl or whatever, you're toast.
Maybe just don't be a douche. Just a thought.
Now, they don't all sleep with guys that like take care of their bills or give them money or whatever, but some of these girls are more active than adult film stars. I know a girl, I'm not going to say her name because she's probably going to see this video, but I know a girl that lived in 2 years straight up without an apartment house or anything, and she just had 2 or 3 boyfriends whom she had stuff at, and she basically lived with stuff in her car, and she would live at their houses 2, maybe 3 nights a week, and they had no idea about each other. It was wild. And some of these guys have got to know. I mean, from my perspective as a seasoned veteran, I mean, when a 19-year-old girl says, ooh, I can't see you Wednesday night and I have plans on Friday night as well, but I can maybe see you on Thursday night, you're like, you know.
A, why are you dating teenagers? B, some people have lives. Maybe you don't, but like if she's busy, it's probably because she has plans and a social life. I don't know how many friends you have. She's a teenager, she probably has school. My work. I mean, I have plans on Wednesday night, but I'm not.
You guys might not be saying it out loud, but you both know that she's definitely seeing other guys on those other nights where she's so busy during the week. And you just chalk it up to the game, baby, and don't let it hurt your feelings. And that's why I'm absolutely ruthless with some of these girls.
So basically, he's saying, assume that women are whores, so you are allowed to treat them like garbage or be ruthless with them. Don't be ruthless with anyone. What the hell? And that's the video. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name's Sadie. I do like commentary, personality, lifestyle content, kind of a little bit of everything. If you like this video, maybe check out some of my other videos. And if you like those, maybe subscribe. That would be awesome. If you're not new, don't unsubscribe. Like, share, comment, all the jazz. Peace out.